Welcome, investors and traders. This is Anthony with Technical Market Insights, home of the Simplified Profits, where we like to do two things: keep it simple and make our money print money. Right? If your money isn't having babies and those babies having babies, then you're missing the best way to build wealth. You take your income and you use compound interest to do so. And today we just have an episode where we're going to look at some of the biggest winners, biggest losers, and we're going to do some scans. If you can wait until the end and see if there's any buying opportunities out there. But let's jump into the stock charts and see, is there anything we should have been in? Did we miss something? Look at some of these biggest winners, biggest losers, and see what we can learn from them, see what happened today, and then we'll run some scans and see what's out there. So first up on the U.S. common stocks, which we always scan in the high cap 1000. We can scan these if you like. Leave me some feedback. Let me know. I can build any scan you guys would like to see. Be more than happy to, and have that either in the episodes or run a separate one just for that. So the first one on the list is Micro Algo, a technologies company, look like software infrastructure. And this thing is up 300% today. That is a huge gain. As you can see, it barely dropped under the 200 day. Which, hey, that in our eyes is sell. If it drops under the 200 day, and it rallied the day after, up 300%. Let's see what happened. Let's see if there's any news out there. Looks like where we go here. Oh, first one. I don't even think that's it. That's 11 hours ago. Huh. Yeah, really got no coverage for today for the news. I may check some other sources, but DC 2000 sometimes don't pick up everything. It's pretty accurate and pretty nice to have everything in front of you. But I always check my brokerage and check other news sites to see what is going on. Now here, maybe there is no news for this 300% spike. If you look here, it rallied from its lows up 300% as well and came right back down. So do not know what's going on there. If you were in this or if you hadn't know anything, leave a comment below. Let us know why you traded it. This thing right here, I mean, it was as high as $60, $70. Wow. As you can see, that's a 563% gain. And it dropped right back down. Ladies and gentlemen, so some of these companies, you may see a big gain and it may be very enticing to get in, hope for another one. Especially if you got small accounts, which is why I'm starting a very transparent account come January where we're going to build a small account. We're going to trade it like it would be $1 million account with percentages and so forth. Now, I would not have been in this. Trust me, there's been plenty. Been doing this for 23 years. Been plenty of times when I first started out where I was in these gains, but usually the market likes to take them right back. If not, when you move to the next high risk stock, hoping for that pop, you get a drop instead. So congratulations to everybody that made money in that. Remember, if you don't take your profits, somebody else will. And this is all just for educational purposes. So remember, you're always trading at your own risk. Let's take a look at the second one. This is it's like a healthcare sector. Sarah Prognostics, excuse me. But that was up 161% today. Man. So if you jumped in at, let's see here, this thing would have rallied as much as 362%. If you were buying these people's $9.50 shares, I really hope you get your money back. Otherwise, you're down 42% already, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully, this isn't a classic pump and dump, and you can actually lock in some gains. If you made money on this, let us know what made you jump in it, how you traded it. If you're down on it, Hopefully you get your money back. But this would not have been anything we were in, as it's under the 200-day moving average. See if we can get something on it. Shares almost tripled after the company said it's stopping enrollment in a study evaluating for the safety of preterm birth prevention strategy due to the trial's early success. Okay. They stopped the trial due to basically early success. So that definitely probably saved them some money. Gonna look good. And as far as FDA goes, the question is, I wonder if that's a phase 3 study. Who knows? I don't know anything about this company, ladies and gentlemen. I started off trading biotechs and stopped trading them a long time ago. They're very, very risky. And don't get me wrong, you can have some big winners, but you can have you can lock in those gains and have an 80% loser come right after that. Just wipe it away. All right, WeBuy is one of the biggest losers. WeBuy Global Limited, they're down 60% today. 60%. Well, ladies and gentlemen, take a $10,000 account down to 4, or 100,000 down to 4, 40,000. That's one heck of a loss. And I've been in those before, so I do know your pain. What is this saying happened? It signed a non-binding agreement to buy 51% stake in an Indonesian fruit importer, wholesaler. So that is just they are buying another company. The market didn't take it too nicely. Only time will tell how that ends up. Once again, this don't even have a 200-day moving average, so it's nothing we would be in. And it's not a high cap 1000. Very rare do we get anything that's not a high cap 1000. All right, Neurosense Therapeutics, another biotech company, dropped 35% today. See what the news is on that. There you go. Where did it surge? 44%. Okay, so one day ago they said they surged 44%. Now, don't get me wrong, it's been ripping. What's it up for the fan list? Ladies and gentlemen, it's been ripped up like crazy. If you didn't lock in your profit in that run up, selling the strength, yeah, I mean, this thing is still down 36% for the day, 43% for the week, and 40% for the year. This thing has not been treating investors well. Really sorry for your losses if you took a loss on that one. If you were in it, let us know what happened. What'd you do? You sell in the strength? Did you sell at a loss? Don't know anything about the company, but it is a biotech company. We are out on those. So that's real quick. We're going to take a look at the high cap 1000, biggest gainers for the day. SentinelOne. Look at this technology company. It's been under the 200-day. It just established it back there. Just started crossing over here and couldn't really hold it. It ran up. Now we would not be in that. We like to see a swing or two over the 200-day. And ladies and gentlemen, just because some of these biggest gainers you are hearing, we wouldn't have been in that, don't mean we don't get them, because we do quite often. But one thing you got to understand is there are a ton of opportunities in the market. So just because you miss out on one, don't think there's not another. If you have a good strategy that works, you'll find them all the time. And it may not be a one day 16% gain, but it could easily be a swing of 40% in a month, which we've shown over and over on this channel. And come January, we'll see more when we start a transparent account. So that was an upgrade. Let's see if there's any news out. Okay, so they beat on earnings. And they are down quite a bit. I mean, this company came out, they were $65. You'd still be down 60% within 2 years. So they are trying to gain some ground back. I mean, they're up 60% for the year, 17% for the week. It's only Wednesday while we're doing this video, so still got a few more days to see how that ends. But not bad. They are trying. You know what? Let's take a look at the weekly chart. Weekly chart doesn't have a 200-day moving average. But it did cross up over the 50. It found support here. The month definitely isn't going to have a 200-day moving average. The weekly doesn't, but that might have been a possibility on a trade on something like that if you get in based on the weekly or the monthly chart, but on the daily chart, we would have not been in that. Congratulations on whoever made some cash flow on that, but now here, if you think this is going to continue to run up, it's not. Pretty soon it's going to be trending over the 200-day moving average, and that would present opportunities to capitalize on the swings if the chart becomes bullish and produces a chart that we like to see. Campbell's Soup was the second biggest winner. I mean, if you look at this thing, since it crossed under the 200-day, dropped as low as 30% in 4 months. You're still down 17% in 6 months, and it rallied 7% today, down 23% still for the year. Now here, when it was over the 200-day, there was definitely some swing possibilities, but under the 200-day, we are out. Let's see what happened today. Is it another earnings? Let's see here. I don't think I even want to say. Yeah, right here. So it was the top gainer in the S&P 500. Earnings came in ahead of market expectations. So basically, they're doing worse year over year, but it beat the market's expectations. So it rallied. Still, you're doing worse year over year. It's because the losses or profits wasn't as what the market expected. It rallied. So that would need to, let's check the weekly. Weekly's under the 200-day. How's the monthly looking? Monthly's under the 200-day. Yeah, we wouldn't have been anything in any of those charts for a trade. So if you were a holder in Campbell's Soup, odds are you've been just buying and scaling in and just holding. Pick some up. Let's see, they do pay a 3% dividend. PE's only at 16. So there's that. Right here's a bullish. Came up on the bullish. Oh, had the bullish flag on it. Just out of curiosity, it's up 5%, 68% for the year. We'd like to see. That is Informatica technology company. But we would have bought. I would have been a buyer on these swings. Each time it hit oversold here. Had an 11% run in 10 days. Oversold here. You had a 7% run. Kind of broke down the bottom Bollinger Band, so you may have scaled in a few times there. And it gapped up. Gap ups, always hold them for just at least a day or two. Worst case scenario, you locked in profit there at 18% in 7 days, but kept holding up 40% in a month, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, let's go to the third biggest. Once again, another one we wouldn't be in. Just trending down like crazy under the 200-day moving average. Yeah, it's up 7% today, but it's down 50% for the year. I'm cool with that. I don't want to own a stock for 7% pop in a day when it's been down 50% for the year. That'll take a toll on your portfolio, ladies and gentlemen. If you're holding stocks like that under the 200-day moving average, taking out 50% of that position, that hurts. Let's look at some of the biggest losers. All right, we got MongoDB. So if we were in this, we would have bought when it was oversold. I'm sorry. There was a couple little swings there. Bought in this area right here, and it hit overbought right there. So yeah, we would have been in this area for this ride up anywhere from a good 20% in 12 days to 32% in a month. But we would have definitely locked in profit right around this resistance area. Stuff like that should catch your eyes, which is one reason we come in and we look at the charts every day just to see what we can learn from them. It's definitely resistance. The more you look at them, the quicker you'll get, the better decisions you'll make. So yeah, we would have not have been in this. Now, don't get me wrong, we may have took our profit in this area, right? But we would have moved on to something else or just continually to stack cash. But it's up, it's bullish. It's been up almost 100% for the year. I definitely wouldn't have been in I'm assuming these two are pretty equal. Yeah, they're class A and B, down 15, 17%, 10% for the day, 17, 15% for the year. And as you can see, it's under the 200-day moving average. So you already know if you watch this channel, we do not touch anything under the 200-day moving average. This right here, FMC Technologies. Of course, unless we're trading on the monthly or the weekly chart, but it would have to come up on our scans, which we'll look at a few in a minute. Now this one right here, man, always be patient. Wait for that oversold condition. That is down 7%. You got some support right there. So, right, there's some consolidation right there, a breakout, and then it caught support right here. And then it'll probably maybe catch support right there. You'd have to do some digging. It is bullish and bullish oversold. But look at the PE, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, we want companies that's making money. I'd have to look at the earnings, but if I had to guess, that company's not making money. So there are a lot of rules that we follow to sell. So it's selling a company and downgrade. So if I had to guess, this company's in some financial trouble. They're piecing pieces out. We're on a bullish run right here. I'm going to cross over the 200-day. But it's still, look at the chart over time. So it's fell off for some time, sideways, up, just cycling. Look at the weekly, look at the monthly. Yeah, so it's under the 200 days. So yeah, nothing we would have been in possible entry based on the chart, but looking at the PE and other fundamentals, I really doubt this would be one that, and it's in the sector we don't like for the next 10 years. Everything we look at, we're looking at a 10-year outlook. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for the biggest winners and losers. Let's take a real quick look. We're gonna look at let's look at this real quick. So these are your daily bullish oversold stocks. Let's just go by price for the heck of it. So Siri, shaping up to be bullish, had a couple swings over the 200-day, and it could be time for another run. Ladies and gentlemen, do your DD on that. That is showing up in our bullish oversold. I don't like the way that looks. That's just too choppy. Let's see here, Al. And ladies and gentlemen, there's 32 of these. I don't know if we'll make it through all of them. I don't want to keep you guys too long. PLTR, Planter Technologies. I've heard a lot about this company. Don't really know much about it, but we would have entered right there. Based on the stock chart, may have locked in 30% in 8 days right there, even though it continued running. That's how I would trade this company. Right, I've had people. I can't remember who it was. Somebody was talking about it right here, and I advised them to wait until it was oversold. Look at all the opportunities they had to buy it cheaper. But hey, you get pumped up on a stock, you think it's going to continue to go up. That's what happened. I'll dig into the news. One on that one. Mobileye. Oversold. I'd like to see it hit the bottom Bollinger Band. Part. This is one that affect the PE and the fundamentals. I do really like that chart. I'm getting positive PE, no dividend. I do like dividends, but depends how much growth potential is there, and possibly 10% to the previous high. And if it runs to the next high, if it runs higher than that high, then it'll be more than 10%. And you got Dell, but I don't like that gap down. We called a few of those last swings. If you look at the oversold on the chart here and here, check our videos. AMT's one. I'm going to kind of scroll through here and go through names that I am aware of. Not aware of, but more familiar names. MMC, XW. This is, and I remember this stock from so long ago. I should have bought and held back then, but I didn't. But anyway, definitely capitalize on these swing trades, which I believe we've called every single one on the channel. every time it's been oversold. So the last one would have gave you 15% in 24 days. Meta's still oversold and bullish. Berkshire Hathaway. You know what? I'm kind of glad I pulled this up because we were watching this oversold territory right here, and I kind of threw it out there as a possible swing trade on that support, and it broke down. But ladies and gentlemen, that's why we keep money to scale. And I said I really doubt it'll break the 200-day moving average. As you can see, you could have probably got your average right around here. Got out up 5% down here. That's not a huge gain, but it's better than losses, ladies and gentlemen. If you start compounding losses, your account's gonna be in for some trouble. I'll tell you that much. Let's see, Netflix, bullish oversold, PSYOPs, bullish oversold. Like to see it hit the bottom Bollinger Band. Nvidia, we talked about in the last couple videos. ALEC, Adobe. Tell you what, bottom's hitting breakout support too, getting close to it. And Broadcom, talked about that getting oversold too. All right, just real quick, let's look at this is our monthly, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to go over these either. We're going to look at some of them. We're going to change our chart to month. This is our real estate investment trust. Pays about 5% dividend, PE of 24. That's really not bad, ladies and gentlemen. I'd do some more digging into it. Now the daily chart looks like crap, but look at the monthly. And it hit oversold here, kind of came back a little more, but it's possible good monthly trade. If it real estate, the REITs go back up, you're talking about possible 50% run in that. Now I would wait for the daily swing to hit oversold before I've made an entry based on the monthly chart. All right, be as technical about it as you can. Best Buy, definitely hitting some support down here, but that's kind of trending. I don't like how the last couple of pops topped out. Probably wouldn't touch it. Same with this, Skyworks. It might continue to run, but the Bollinger Bands are getting thin. Give you a lot of room to run. Merck, this is a pharmaceutical company. We only deal with the big ones. Daily chart is ugly, obviously. Probably wait for another pullback, but look at the monthly. I mean, it's a bullish looking chart. Monthly's oversold. I mean, only 10% from the previous, but I mean, look at some of these previous times it was oversold. Continued to go up quite well. Pays a little bit of a dividend. Let's see here. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to kind of burn through these real quick as well. Dollar Tree. So we got 65 of them. There's no way we're going to touch all 65. Some of these I've already put alerts out for. I'm just trying to touch some of them that know your names. Texas Instruments, which I think we put that out last month. We're just going to keep looking, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to screenshot these, come back to them, pull them up on your brokerage. And do some research on them. Rockwell Automation. I've liked this company for a long time, honestly. Really nice looking chart. Crossed around the 200-day though. So the daily would be a no-go, but the weeklies already came out. So if you would have got that in a weekly, probably like them touching the bottom Bollinger Band. I've been scaling in for a little bit, but mainly the only thing I trade is daily. Periodically, I get something for the month. Pretty familiar name. That's a medical device company for solar. And I could rally another 40% over the next year if solar continues to. On daily chart looks like crap, but at some point it's got to turn itself around. Yum, not deer. Screenshot some of those. Let's look at the weekly real quick. Definitely a lot less on the weekly. We got Interactive Brokers, pharmaceutical company, Celsius. Got possibly 35% coming up in that. I don't like how it's been trended down. may be a good entry on that bottom Bollinger, or if it touches the bottom Bollinger Band in the 200, oversold on the daily and the weekly. Walmart. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to click through these real quick, kind of take a look. I mean, all the charts are coming up bullish and oversold on the weekly. Just know our rules and how we trade, or trade however you want to with your money. All right, a lot of them are oil and gas, which is not the energy sector we're in right now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have enjoyed. Make sure you hit like, make sure you hit subscribe. Excited about the upcoming year and starting the transparent account to kind of show how you can use your income to build wealth and be active as an investor and trader and just continue to compound interest. If you got any questions, let me know.